Welcome to the American Debunk. In this video, we'll break down the Trump vowed to be a dictator hoax. The media pounced on a December 2023 interview with Donald Trump during a town hall hosted by Sean Hannity. Trump, responding to accusations that he'd act like a dictator, jokingly said he would be one, quote, on day one. This comment was widely reported as Trump seriously announcing plans to govern as an authoritarian, with headlines framing it as a dangerous admission. Outlets and pundits amplified the claim, accusing Trump of promising to abuse presidential powers. The edited clip sparked outrage online, fueling fears that his re-election would threaten democracy itself.
We love this guy. He says, "You're not going to be a dictator, are you?" I said, no, other than day one.
Now let's take a look at what really happened. Trump said he'd only be a dictator on day one, to implement policy changes. During the interview, Hannity asked Trump about the media accusations that he'd abuse power or act as a dictator. Trump joked, quote, only on day one, adding moments later that his actions would involve closing the border and resuming oil drilling. He humorously clarified, quote, we're closing the border and we're drilling. After that, I'm not a dictator, okay? The conversation made it clear that Trump was using humor to emphasize his commitment to immediate policy action, not a declaration of authoritarian intent. Hannity even reiterated that these actions mirrored Trump's previous policies as president, confirming the lighthearted nature of the exchange. By stripping away this context, the media twisted a joke into a sinister proclamation.
I want to go back to this one issue, though, because the media has been focused on this and attacking you. Under no circumstances. You are promising America tonight you would never abuse power as retribution against anybody.
Except for day one.
Except
Look,
what?
he's going crazy. Except for day one.
Meaning?
I want to close the border, and I want to drill.
That's not retribution.
I'm going to be, he keeps, we love this guy. He says, you're not going to be a dictator, are you? I said, no, other than day one. We're closing the border, and we're drilling. After that, I'm not a dictator. So
that sounds to me like you're going back to the policies when you were president. All right,
exactly.
Take a break, just kidding.
Now let's take a look at how this hoax was created with hoaxology. The media cut out Trump's explanation and humorous tone, isolating his day one dictator remark to mislead viewers into thinking it was a serious admission. The full exchange made clear that Trump was joking about implementing specific policy changes, but the edited clip conveniently excluded that clarification. This selective editing tactic frames an innocent comment as something it wasn't, turning humor into alleged authoritarianism. By the time the full video surfaced, the damage was done, and the distorted narrative had already spread far and wide. The media also isolated Trump's remark about being a dictator, quote, on day one, removing the surrounding context where he humorously clarified he was referring to implementing policies like closing the border and drilling for oil. This selective editing made his hyperbolic comment appear as a serious statement, distorting its intended meaning. Trump's joking claim about being a dictator, quote, on day one, was an obvious use of hyperbole, meant to emphasize his commitment to specific policies like closing the border and drilling for oil. The media misrepresented this exaggeration as a literal and serious declaration, fueling a false narrative of authoritarianism. Thanks for watching. For the full debunk to this hoax and many more, visit AmericanDebunk.com, where we break down the hoaxes using hoaxology.